Welcome, everyone. Dr. Thor here, and let's get ready for Gnosis. Well, I want to talk about the ultimate martial art. Now, there's an awful lot of martial arts out there. People seem to have a great interest in it, and there's an awful lot of talk of different techniques, workouts, physicality. But we all know that your ultimate weapon that everyone has is their mind. This has been talked about by every martial artist and really all military organizations. Your ultimate weapon is your mind. You need to be actively involved in the process if you expect to become a victorious warrior. Well, there is the aspect in Asian martial arts where they talk about the internal. This is the internal, which is a energy system usually based on generating chi energy that you actually condense from the atmosphere. You accumulate it into your body to then give you super abilities. You can punch people at a distance without touching them. You can create body structures which are like iron. Protect yourself. All the things that chi can do, which is quite amazing, but is, of course, limited in itself because chi is limited. You build it up in your body, you release it, then you have to do it yet again. And it certainly is a fantastic skill to learn, the internal arts. And of course, everyone needs to practice these as a martial artist because it gives you the ultimate edge over your opponent. So, but many things that are overlooked in the Chi internal art system is using mental powers, using mental and magical powers. And that's where the amazing book, Fighting Magic, the Occult Warrior, comes in. So the whole idea is that this book, written by famous IGOS author Kenyatta Long, and myself, who has contributed to this by empowering the book and putting in special transformational sigils that send energy into your consciousness to stimulate these extreme abilities. These are amazing books because they're not books. They're empowered tools. Sure, there are lots of techniques in here, but that is only part of it. These are empowered tools. At the minute you start owning this book, you are being empowered for that particular empowerment the book talks about. You simply insert an instant type picture into the book, and the process starts. Energies are sent directly to you, 24/7, forever. These are lifetime tools on top of it. Now, the amazing thing about all metaphysics and occultism is that they really are not very metaphysical or occult. You read a book about techniques, and you're supposed to just learn them and then get empowerment from them. Well, that isn't very magical, is it? That's just very schooly. Oh, we learned that in school. You look at the book, you listen to the idiot babble, and you take a little test, and you've been certified to know something. Well, this is pretty ignoramus way of teaching anyone, just like the belt structure in the United States, where you get belts to say how much you know something. I know a little bit, I know a little more, I'm kind of good. Well, this is not how it's taught in Asia, where you get a belt when you know it. When you know the martial art, you get it. You don't have stages of knowing, which is, again, kind of silly if you think about it. But these are empowered books that once you have them around, you are now channeling in magical empowerments, high states of consciousness for becoming the ultimate warrior. And this is beyond techniques of punching and kicking or even accumulating chi. This goes into an entire another realm of reality and directly empowers you instantly. So this is a book that you want to, of course, empower yourself with as soon as you get it by inserting a photograph in it. But you want to touch it. You want to, anytime before you do practices, after you do practices, you want to make sure that you keep drawing energies from a book. Reading books is a very common toxic mind way of doing things. And of course, this is important in life to have basic ways of doing things and using your conscious mind. But your conscious mind really doesn't do anything of value. It doesn't make you a great warrior. It what it does is make you function in regular life. And that's the purpose of the mind. It was never meant to do anything higher or extreme with. It was meant to get you going every day, get you to work, drive a car, clean your clothes, whatever you have to do is a bit. Now, what we've done with the mind is that we've given it everything which is not equated or is equipped to do. It's not equipped to give you higher abilities. It's not equipped to do all these other tasks. So what happens is we've allowed kind of the idiot of the bunch to come out and run our entire lives. And as such, we never really achieve that much. So your higher self, your inner magical being, is fighting to come out to do the higher stuff, but you've given all the power over to your common toxic mind, who really is not in any way up to the job of doing anything of value. All it can think about is eating, humping, and all the other things that the toxic mind deals with. The lower level common world manifestations that we all need to do, but they're not really manifestations. They're just kind of robot things we all have to do. We all got to clean ourselves. We all got to eat, all the things. Well, that doesn't make you special in life. Everybody, good, bad, indifferent, geniuses, retards, all have to cook, clean, and so forth. That's just the way life is. So that's not getting you anywhere. It's your higher self, your inner magical being that is empowering you. And you need to get out there and start using that. And this is what this book empowers. Not only does it directly empower your inner magical being just by the fact of owning it, having it on your shelf or putting it in your room and placing things on top of it. You can place cups on it. You can charge items that you take with you, your keys, food, anything you want to have this kind of extreme energy starting to activate within you that will assist you to get it deeply into your being is what you wanted to use it for. So this is a talismanic book with a bonus of some fantastic techniques in it, developed over many, many years of research and many, many years of working with the systems and working with secret martial art orders and all the things that go with that. I mean, this type of information can be found nowhere else. I mean, this is a gem above all gems. So regardless of whether you're into martial arts or just a person who wants to be able to control a situation, or just in general in the battlefield of the office, school, or just society, having these kind of abilities that are shown here and instructed you, or just having this flow into you, is priceless. You'll find out how to create an impregnable field of protection, how to turn yourself into a walking magical combat power. And you'll be able to learn how to heal yourself very quickly, how to control your thoughts and control the thoughts of others. You'll learn how to weaken your opponent. Now, it seems to me you could use this in the boardroom as much as you can use this on the street. Don't think that combat really is this real thing that you're going to get out there like in a bad movie and chicken cluck your way into some fight. So the whole idea is that these kind of techniques you will be able to use to empower yourself in the combat field of the boardroom, business room, the disco, the bar, wherever you're trying to really fight to survive or to obtain some goal. So by being able to control your others' minds, manipulating them, using force fields to protect you, that could be protecting you from being harassed in the office. But there's also, of course, these things can be used for direct physical type combats. And again, this is not chi. This is not internal. This is, quote, magical. This is higher levels. Now, these are talked about in many martial arts schools once you get beyond a certain level. You get beyond the chi level, which is basically your second level of martial arts. It's near impossible to find any martial artist that knows anything about chi. I spent years in Los Angeles talking to the Asians, and they wouldn't tell you anything about it. Oh, you must learn how to punch and kick fast. Well, that's all you know how to do. You don't have any chi energy. It's nonsense. And past that, once you get into these very simple, and chi is very simple to Qi exercises, Qigong. Very simple to do. It's just a matter of doing it and taking the hours that is required every day to do it and build your Qi. Now, magical energies, while it does require practice, are something you don't have to spend hours every day building. Once you learn how to draw these energies, you can use them instantly in any combat situation. I use that term again loosely. Life is combat. Your job is combat. Trying to achieve anything in life is combat. And this book will give you that warrior's edge like no others. So this is very important for everyone. I mean, this is a real gem. And you're not going to find this information anywhere else on the planet. This is put together in a fantastic way so that you get all the techniques, all the information, as well as having those high-level empowerments by just owning it, as I've already stated. So it just goes on and on with these amazing teachings that you get in this book from a Westerner who has researched it all and done it. I mean, this is a priceless text. This can be considered a holy text that if it was in a Shaolin monastery, you wouldn't get to it because only the elders there would have access to it. But you get it all here ready for you in one beautifully empowered edition. And don't just stop there. There is a fantastic audio amulet which you can carry with you. You put your photograph on. That not only gives you some empowerments in terms of hearing directly from the author, which is also always wonderful. Here you get to hear the author himself talk about the book and the techniques. I mean, how much better does that get? You can't get that anywhere else. You don't get any authors extrapolating on their works and any other from any other publisher. Why? Because they're not doing anything right. You know, when you're with IGOS, you're with the best. We teach people how to do things to very high levels, while other people throw a boring book at you. Words on a page. Oh, that wonderful, yeah. It's worthless. Not only that, we also offer very powerful materialization energy cells. So these materialization energy cells will then channel and connect you to the streams of empowerment for this kind of empowerment, making you into that superior warrior by having these amulets, which, by the way, are custom made for you. Not only do you have the empowerments of the amulet, you have your photograph on one side and the empowerments on the other in a very highly advanced sigil situation. What an amazing tool. And these are what? They're lifetime tools at incredibly low prices. Just staggeringly low. You get all this and it's available now. These are the dreams that everybody's looked for, and few people know of IGOS, and they are the losers. You listening to this are the people that are the winners and are able to access this amazing information. People are blown away that such powerful information is out there, but the key is locating it, and you are one of the lucky ones. So this book goes on and on in terms of how you can use it directly, indirectly, and how it empowers you. But remember, it's a lifetime tool. This is not a book. You're not going to put it on your shelf after you read it. There are empowerments in it. There are visual sigils that send super abilities into your consciousness to start developing you. I mean, I hope, this whole concept, which is so advanced, people generally just don't understand. And it's sad for those who don't understand it because you are not benefiting from this. You're going to buy worthless words on a page text from unempowered people that know nothing, that have no history behind them, that haven't really done anything. And these things have little to no assists for you. They don't do much. If you're smart enough and have some internal abilities yourself, and you may be able to use some of the techniques in these other books. This book empowers you whether you like it or not. And of course, the more that you're able to energize these powers within yourself, the more you will get from the book, obviously. And this is all very dependent on the individual. Some things work extremely fast. Other things have to get past your toxic mind who keeps telling you you're nothing more than a weak idiot, while your inner magical being is saying you're a super warrior. So this is the fight that goes on in your life all the time, and we get people past this. We close down that toxic mind and move you into these higher levels. But of course, like everything, while genius and constant flow you that you do absolutely nothing, if you want high results, well, you got to read the book and follow through with the simple, easy to follow techniques as well. And the audio amulets, of course, send these powerful energetic waves to build you up, and quickly, by penetrating through the spinning of the sigils on the actual disc, sends amazing empowerments into your environment and into yourself. But you don't have to use it that way. All you have to do is put your picture on the amazing sigil, and this starts sending the energy. Now, sigils have been used throughout time by all powerful orders. They all have it. Everyone knows of the ninja, different glyphs, and the samurai glyphs. And every culture has had this, the berserker runic symbols. These are all things that have been out there for thousands of years and pretty much hidden. Well, we know of some of them. Well, you're only really learning what is kindergarten to a very complicated process. Now, we've taken these complicated processes and put them into a 21st century way of doing things. I like to call it 25th century. Our technologies are so advanced that they ain't close to what is now, because what we have now is pretty bad. People think we have technology, and certainly we have come away with recently with some interesting stuff. But is anything really new? Do we have any new power? Do we have any new healings? Yeah, we got cell phones, which do the same thing that everything else did 100 years ago. I mean, your phone book is now in your phone. Well, I guess that's a help, but it's not necessarily new. So we're able to access information now, but the point is what is good and what's not good. Now we have too much information. We had no information before. And basically, people are being led down the wrong path because they're being lied to of something that is so great when it really isn't. So this amazing tool, which is then once you purchase this book, we empower it to you and only you directly through a special process. It just gets better and better. And remember, lifetime tools. You can read the book 1,000 times, and then, of course, put it back on yourself as you do with other books. But nobody does that. Maybe you read a few things. The point is that this is not a book. It's an empowerment tool that you will use consistently. Whether you use it 3 times a week, once a month, or you just leave your photograph in there, you are being empowered all the time. So don't think that this is a regular book in any way and something that is difficult for IGOS to get out to the public and have them understand this and the many different techniques and the ways of using things. We also have special for our amulets, and as I've mentioned, there's one that goes with this book that will send that amulet energy into your consciousness, into your third eye, into your crown chakra, these amulets, by using our special photon rods. The energy is pushed into you in a subtle but powerful way. It just goes on and on. If you don't know about Success Tech, make sure you check out our many videos on our YouTube channel or go to our website and do a little bit of reading. We make everything fun, interesting, but you need to know what real empowerments are. And the only place to get real empowerments is at IGOS Success Tech. Until next time.